everybody, it's Amanda, how's it going? And I've never really done this too much before, but I think I'm actually going to put this video on both Forever Wolf Films and Dragonballtoys, because I think people on both of those channels of mine would probably have an interest in seeing this. And it is an update on a sculpture project that I have not made an update about for well over a year now, I think, and that is to do a diorama style sculpture of a scene from an Angry Grandpa video. Now, for those of you watching that don't know, a lot of you watching on Dragonballtoys might not be aware, I do a lot of these, like YouTube diorama sculpture projects. I've done In Mendham over there, I've done The Modern Mystic, I have... It's a little dark over here, so I don't know if you can see, but that's Boogie 2988. I've got Kristen Weston Chandler, and I have, I have tons that have been planned for years, and I'm working on a whole bunch. And this is one that I've wanted to do for a really long time now. And again, I did start it about a year ago, and I put up the first video for it about a year ago. And then, I work on so many other types of projects, and I've been very busy with those other projects, and so unfortunately this project has kind of, just fallen by the wayside over this last year, and I haven't got to really work on it. The last time I made an update about it, it was mainly just the base, and I had started to build the walls. All of the work that I had done on the walls during that update, and I'll put that video below in case anybody wants to see it, but all the work that I had done at that point on the walls I did destroy because I figured out pretty quickly that, hey, they are too thick. So really over the last like 4 or 5 days or so, 3 or 4 days really, I've done all of this. And it's still got an incredibly long way to go. I mean, this is really, this is the base, I would say, for the most part, is done. And now comes all of the stuff that has to be added to it. But the base was a big part of the battle of getting this thing finished. So I am really quite happy to say that that the chunk of that work has been pretty much completed. I'll just turn it around really quick so you can see the outside. The outside is basically modeled, just like the trailer that they used to live in. This was the trailer that they lived in. That Angry Grandpa and Michael and Princess lived in their old videos. They haven't lived here in a long time, and I kind of got the texture mainly from this video, which is the Angry Grandpa response to YouTube, and so I'll just play a little bit of that. So I didn't follow it exactly. Like, there's probably some things like that little flap right there in the back. I'll probably add little bits and pieces, details like that. But for the most part, it's done. I'll just turn it around once more so you can see from this angle. This thing is incredibly heavy, so it does take a while to maneuver. Sorry about that. So that's what it looks like right now from that angle. Let me just turn it one last time so that I can face the front of it again. Sorry, that probably sounded horrible coming through the microphone. Anyway, so what's to do now is I will spend quite a bit of time sanding it now because it's pretty lumpy and whatnot on parts. And then will come the task of sculpting the fridge. So this is basically just the an empty husk of what the refrigerator will be. And I know these spikes look really strange at the moment, but they're basically just so that when I attach the freezer door and the regular refrigerator door, there's something anchoring them. So those will be the doors to the refrigerator and freezer eventually. And it just sort of made it easier for me to have a nice, already fired, hard, husk of the refrigerator to start with, and then sculpt all the little stuff. And then I have to place the figures. So of course Angry Grandpa will be here, somewhere in this general area, and then this hole here is where the oven will be, and of course the oven gets thrown to the ground. This is all I have of the oven so far. So I have not done a lot of work on the oven yet. but obviously that will be sculpted to look all pretty and oven-like. And then, yeah, I mean, the rest of the sculpture is just going to be filled with, like, tons and tons and tons and tons of objects that Angry Grandpa has thrown around the room in a fit of rage. So the table, the chairs, everything that came out of, you know, the tabletops, the refrigerator and freezer, just other things around the room. And then I will, of course, also put Michael, Pickle Boy, into the scene. I'm not exactly sure where yet. I'm thinking, like, over here. The only thing I'm totally sure about so far is that he will, of course, be filming his father's, you know, destruction of the kitchen. I'd like to put Princess Bridget West in the sculpture as well. I just need to figure out exactly what all and how much and where, you know, everything, all the little objects are going to be, and, you know, I just need to figure that end of it out so that I can make sure there's going to be enough room for her and that it won't be too cluttered with another figure, because it's just really easy for a sculpture like this to get, you know, you want a certain amount of busyness and detail, but then it's easy for that to kind of, you know, there's a very thin line between that and it just looking messy and too much. So, and, you know, I do want it to be sort of a representation, you know, of this whole thing of, you know, Pickle Boy filming his father's behavior. It's you know, part, you know, the part of the channel that I find the most interesting. So, you know, I'm going to kind of see about putting her in there as well. But I'll do my best, and yeah, I will hopefully have another update about this soon, although I have to say, this is probably one of the most complicated sculptures I've ever done. It's hard. I mean, I just don't think I've certainly done rooms before, but it's just sort of more intricate than a lot of the ones I've done, so, and I think the figures are actually going to be pretty challenging, and I'm excited to get going on them. But I do expect that, I mean, hopefully it won't be another year, obviously, like the last time, you know, the last time since an update, but it probably will be a while. But I will post pictures on Facebook and wherever, and post videos on my channels with new information about the sculpture as soon as I have it. I really am, you know, really thrilled, really thrilled that it's come along so far all of a sudden, and I really am looking forward to finishing it. I'm really looking forward to painting it. I think painting it is really going to make it, you know, putting the, you know, the tone, those colors, you know, from those videos into the piece, I think is really going to help it along in a big way. And you know, and I love to sculpt all the tiny little objects. There's going to be so much, you know, shit all over here, and there's going to be stuff in the sink. One thing I would like help with, if you guys don't mind, is those of you watching that are perhaps, you know, familiar with Angry Grandpa's videos. If you'd like to make some suggestions on little objects and whatnot that I could put along here, because I don't know if they ever had a video actually showing what's up here, but there's clearly objects, you know, stuff up here. I know some people like to put, like, you know, in kitchens they like to put potatoes and onions and that kind of produce and stuff, you know, up high. So I'm guessing maybe that's what was kind of up there in real life, but I don't know. So if anybody has any suggestions, and let me know, and I will certainly consider them and probably end up using them. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I wanted to say I apologize to Pickle Boy, you know, for, because I did tell him that this was going to be done a long time ago, and, you know, I do appreciate the permission to do it. So, yeah. So, anyway, I will have more information about this soon, and all the best, and bye for now. Thank you, everybody. Take care.